Welcome back to KyTalks. Keep it talking. So I'm back with another video. The topic to this video is called trauma. And then obviously there's a lot of things that are up under trauma, but this one is called being alone. I'm sharing a testimony about me not knowing how to be alone, because there's a lot of people who don't know how to be alone. And I was one of them. Even though I don't like people, like, I still didn't like being alone. I was a family-oriented person, so I was always around family. I grew up in a household with both of my parents, until I was about 18. So we was always together, like, doing something. I had associates, friends. I was always doing something. Didn't know how to be alone. It wasn't until God blessed me with my first apartment, and little did I know that he was finna make me sit there by myself. By my damn self. He blessed me with an apartment in November 10th of 2018. And I didn't have my two oldest at the time, so I moved in by myself. And that was a crazy time for me. When I tell you, I was stripped of everything, like, no friends, no nothing. When I moved into my apartment, people started to fall off. Like, there was just, like, nobody was around. So that was like an indication, like, God was like, excuse me, you're about to be alone. But I didn't know. The type of person, when I went out, I was always, like, inviting people to go with me. And majority of the damn time, I was the one paying. So I had to definitely cut that out when I woke up to that. And I was like, listen, I cannot continue to invite people out and I'm the one paying, because that's a problem. Like, me being in my apartment by myself, if I can clearly, vividly remember, I moved into my apartment just getting out of a bad breakup, and now I'm alone. A lot of people are like, oh my God, why did you move to Lakeland? Because I stayed in Tampa. Why did you move to Lakeland? You moved to Lakeland to be closer to him, and this and this and that. Little did they know, it's cheaper to stay in Lakeland. If anybody who's been in Florida or lived in Florida, like, it's cheaper there. And I stayed right off exit 33. So I was right there by the mall in Carlton Arms. And I was paying $9.95 a month for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Okay? That's cheap. And my job was 3 minutes away. So I knew what I was doing. If it wasn't meant, God would have never put me there. Anyways, but right there was an indication, since I was living in Tampa at the time, before I moved to Lakeland, that that the people that I associated myself with, I could no longer do that, and that was family. Why did you move 30 minutes away? Because that was the first step to show that what I was doing for other people wasn't it. And it was more time to focus on myself and learn myself. I moved into my apartment. Like I said, I just got finished dealing with this breakup. Me and him are not really talking and stuff like that, but he's still trying to come in and out. And I'm just like, cut it out, because you got a whole girl still where you at. I went through a serious depression to where I almost lost my life because I didn't know what I was dealing with. The stress, and it was just too much, right? And I didn't have my kids with me either. They were upstate with their dad. By this time, God's telling me to stop smoking weed. And I was like, excuse me? He was like, yeah, I need you to stop smoking weed. And mind you, I would smoke weed because I would get upset. Like, if somebody made me upset, I was smoking weed. Before I went to work, I was smoking weed. And I was just very, very dependent on weed before God. And it wasn't, like I said, until I was battling with my depression that he told me to go to church. And I was like, okay, which was right up the street. So I go to church, get baptized, the whole shebang bang. And that's when he started stripping me from everything and people and stuff. And it was different for me. But then I learned that it was healthy to be alone. I didn't have to go and be with people or just be in people's company. Because at that time, it just needed to be me and God. Because I already gave my life to him. So he's like, you need to learn more about me. So it's just going to be me and you. It was very, very tough. But the more that the time went on, I was like, I could take myself on dates. I can go to the park and have a picnic by myself. Or I could take myself out to eat. Or I can go to the library by myself. And everything, like, it just started to become a normal for me. To where I didn't care if I was with somebody or not. And I think that's a big thing now, because a lot of people don't know how to sit with themselves. Because when you're sitting with yourself, you have to be with yourself and listen to the thoughts that are going through your head. And if God's talking to you, or if he's telling you to do something, like, a lot of people don't know how to do that and sit with themselves. Ooh, that light, baby. And then what's crazy is I'm going through a season right now, one that I felt like I've been through before, to where I'm by myself right now. Like, due to my husband working and stuff up here with the kids, I'm by myself. Now, when it happened, I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going through, or what did I do to get to this, in position? But I understand what happened. But I had to learn how to be alone again. Because I was so used to my husband being around and stuff like that. I feel like the alone time that we're supposed to be having is to get closer with God, to be able to handle where he's about to take you next. Because where he's about to take me next, I needed to learn a little bit more things. Like, I thought that I was this healed person. I was doing my thing. Nobody could tell me nothing. And God had to sit me down like, excuse me, no ma'am. You got a little bit more learning to do before I take you where I'm about to take you. So, yeah. I don't know. Maybe, people who don't know how to be alone, like, you have to sit with yourself and ask, like, why can I not be alone? Why do I always have to be in somebody's company to feel like myself? Like, I feel like the more that you love yourself, you will not be worried about the next person who didn't show up to what you planned, or they ain't got the money for this. It's you. Spend time with you. It's okay. It is okay at the end of the day. Like, I love my solitude. I love my peace and quiet. Nobody tell me nothing. I be telling my kids, like, let me just go outside or something and get my time and enjoy my time. Because absolutely not. I need my time. My time is very, very important to me. And, like, I picked up a new hobby. People want me to, they're already asking me, for things. But I started crocheting. Because, baby, when I get into my head, boo-boo, I'm crocheting. And that's my alone time. Like, that's my time for me to zone, pop in them headphones. I'm good. I'm Gucci. So it's just all about learning yourself. You have to think about when we were younger, like, what were the things that we enjoyed doing before the weight of the world was on our shoulders. Like, I'm a very creative person. Always been a creative person. And like I said, the weight of the world was on my shoulders. So I lost that. So being alone, like, helps you rediscover that. What are the things that you enjoy doing? I used to crochet when I was younger. Boom, I picked it back up. I was a writer. Boom, I picked it back up. Creating things and doing and creating things was my thing, okay? Picked it back up. Because those are the things that I enjoy. Being out in nature. And now that the temperature's warming up, thank God, because I don't like the cold. But yeah, temperature's warming up. I can go outside. Enjoy the nature. The beautiful nature that God has created. And I always used to be outside when I was younger. So, in the woods, in the bushes and trees, like, remember those days, the good old days. But yeah, like, it's definitely a work in progress, especially when you're so used to being around people. When you want to do these things and have a good time and enjoy yourself. But like I said, it takes time. But now I enjoy it, baby. I go by myself. You want to go? Okay, I'm gone. Learning yourself is the key to practice being alone. If you don't love yourself, then you're not going to be able to accomplish being alone. That's simple. But me, I love me. Love me some Kiana, period. Because I'm the only person that can deal with me and God. God is the one who helped me deal with me. But yeah. Thank you for listening to KyTalks. So keep me what? Keep you talking.